Hi, gang. Joe Ayers here. It's been a while since I posted a video, and I was talking to somebody the other day, and they said, the things you do all the time, you should just post videos on them. So I got to thinking about it, and I thought, well, why not? Give it a shot, see what happens. I particularly telling them about something I've done recently, and they said, that should be up there. You should tell people about that. So I thought, okay, I will. And I decided I'd do a banner for the channel. Presumably you saw it. It's called Today's Thing. And today's thing is something pragmatic that came my way in the house or in the garage or around the place. It'll generally be some pragmatic thing like what I'm going to talk about today. It will not, definitely will not, be anything about politics. I don't know about you, but I have political fatigue. I don't want to hear any more of it. And if you do, there are tons of channels out there that talk about that. So today's thing is something that I just happened to run into. I generally buy my pellets at a particular place for my pellet stove in the winter. And the place that I get the pellets from is charging $7.99 a bag. I happened to be in Home Depot the other day, and they're charging $6.48 a bag. And I went, wow, I wonder, my pellets that I'm buying at the other place probably better because they're charging a buck and a half about more for that bag of pellets. Being me, old prof, have to run experiments and everything. So I decided I'd do a little test. I got a couple of bags from the place I'd been buying them, and then I got a couple of bags at Home Depot. So the basic difference between the bags is about a buck and a half, but I figured the buck and a half more, you're probably getting a better quality of pellet. So I set up my pellet stove, and of course what I do is I run the furnace starting off, and then I turn my pellet stove on high until the house is warmed up. Then I turn my electric furnace off, turn the pellet stove down to low, and then, it keeps the house warm the rest of the day. And generally, my power bill is less than if I just use the house furnace. Of course, with the pellet stove, you have to clean it out every day. It doesn't take long if you do it. If you don't do it over a course of a month or something, you're going to have a mess. But if you do it daily, it's pretty easy. It takes about 10 minutes to get it cleaned up, ready to go for the day, and that's what I do. So what I did is I ran 2 bags of pellets from my this previous supplier, and then 2 bags of pellets from Home Depot. And the cleanup for the bags that I had been buying, there were a lot of pellets that weren't completely burned, and there was a lot of ugly ash and so on. It was just dirtier. Um, with the pellets from Home Depot, wow, uh, they were completely burned. There were no residual pellet fragments in there at all, and it was a nice fine gray ash. And the kicker was that the flame, when you got it on the low setting, was about this high for the old pellets, and about that high, about twice as high for the new pellets. And I went, wow, obviously quite a bit better. I thought, these were the Home Depot ones, they're Cascade pellets, and they say they're 100% Douglas fir. And the other thing they also said was you're going to get more heat and less ash. And when I first saw that, I thought, oh, that's a crock. Just plain old advertising stuff. So I tested it out. That's absolutely true. So what I'm going to be doing is buying my pellets there. I checked into whether or not I should buy a whole pallet of pellets or just pick up a few at a time. It cost me 10 cents less a bag if I have a whole pallet, which is 50 bags delivered. But the delivery cost offsets the 10 cents. You're paying more. If you just pick them up 5 bags at a time or something, which is what I do, and I happen to go by that store all the time. So it's not out of my way, and I just pick up 5 bags, and I'm good. So, it's true. The Cascade pellets, I don't know if you have Cascade pellets in your area. And if there were other pellets that were cheaper in my area, I'd run the same test. But there are pellets that are about $1 a bag less, but they're quite a ways away from me, and I have to take a ferry to go get them. So I'm not going to test that out. But if you are doing pellet stove, you got to give it a try and see which pellets work the best for you and burn the best for you. Well, so that's today's thing. I'll be dropping another thing about keeping the house warm later this week or in another week. I'll try to do 1 or 2 of these a week. So I hope you had fun listening to my diatribe about the pellets. We'll see you next time around.